Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. It is the HHW Show podcast presented by Clovercrest Media. Visit clovercrestmedia.com for if you want to start your own podcast. Yeah, CEO Joe Aguirre will be waiting to attend your needs. And hhwshow.com, you can see it there. And if you're watching us live, down below, visit our website for updated blogs. And of course, our podcast will be published there once our show is complete. I am with Hector and Frank. Guys, listen, we're on the road to the Elimination Chamber. One last chapter before we go to WrestleMania. And things are heating up. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I really do. And there's some stuff I didn't add to my slides, but let's just, I'm gonna throw a little audible here because we're gonna talk about Seth Rollins, we're going to talk about Cody Rhodes, The Rock, Roman Reigns, but the one thing we haven't talked about really is R-Truth. R-Truth received a beatdown last week, okay, and he thought that was an initiative, right, to welcome to Judgment Day. And, in relation to the real life, you want to be in a gang or something like that. You got to do something to get in, a major beatdown, or you got to do something very, very illegal and you're in. Well, R-Truth thought that way, and R-Truth followed the real truth. It wasn't so after all. Anyways, on Monday Night Raw, he stood his ground. And I got to say that the Judgment Day looks very, very weak against one man. Okay. R-Truth handled his business, even though he lost his match to JD. But during the beatdown, he did clobber JD, took care of Finn Balor, took care of Dum Dum. But Damian Priest put the stop to all that madness. And that was that. Okay. But then they came back and started whipping on R-Truth again, and DIY got involved. And I gotta say, wow, did they get a call from the Miz to help him out? Because R-Truth was trying to get the Miz, but the Miz was out of town. You know what I mean? So what do you think is gonna happen? Could this be an added match card to the Elimination Chamber?
I don't think so. I don't see anything worth putting this at the last minute for Elimination Chamber. I mean, you're right.
That's right. They can't. I forgot. They have to defend the tag team title. So of course that would not happen. But I guess maybe next week or so, if not already, I believe that they have already scheduled a 6-man tag or 8-man tag. Which one is it? I think it's an 8-man tag, right?
8-man, yeah.
Yeah. 4-on-4 going on for Monday Night Raw. I mean, I'm liking how this angle goes, but how do you think this story is going to finish?
Hopefully we get to see the real R-Truth that we've seen before. Ron Killings, that guy that we've seen before, former TNA heavyweight champion. So, I mean, we need to see something serious out of this guy because we know his potential.
Okay. Well, I don't know how serious can he be, because when he went to talk to DIY and said, I got 2 words for you, and he said thank you, but then he was talking to him like there was Shawn Michaels or Triple H, and kind of they do look resemble, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, just a little. Yeah,
Triple H bald head and Gargano looked like Shawn Michaels. Yeah. That's the younger version of them.
Absolutely.
I mean, he could joke around still like that, but I think in all seriousness, he knows that the Judgment Day ain't playing around with him. So he needs to
every time he's in the ring, it's like you get the best out of R-Truth. Like, he still got it.
Yeah, he does. He does. For his age, he still has it.
And 52 years old.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he was the way he looks.
Yeah, but that's also a lot to compared to all the matches he's had when you really think about it. In the past 5, 6 years, how much has he really wrestled?
Well, he's defended that 24/7 title like 200 times.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I don't know how much of a big deal.
And he defended it in all places. Like, he went to New York City. He even went to hotels. I mean, he even broke up a honeymoon for.
I know, right?
Matter of fact, that was one of his first defenses in his honeymoon to recapture the title. So,
But in all seriousness, I mean, for for the WWE to keep him on the roster, on the active roster, all these years, no matter what his comedy act is, he still has it. And when he gets into that ring, for his age,
yeah,
he's not one of those. I'm going to leave for 10 years and come back, and I need the spotlight. He still has it at 52 years old. Where most superstars don't even have it when at 50 anymore. How
right.
many times have we seen our truth, out because of an injury long term or surgeries or anything like that? He's doing whatever he's doing well enough to stay healthy and still be active. And he could be active way past 55, honestly.
Well, I mean, go back to what Frank said is like, how many matches has been doing in the last decade? You know what I mean? Like his last major role really was against John Cena. When
Yeah.
he was talking to somebody invisible or something like that.
Little
And
Jimmy.
Little Jimmy, that's right. That's right. But you're right. He stays relevant not only in the ring, but also outside the ring. You follow his TikTok, his Instagram, and it's nothing but funny videos that the people still engage.
Yeah.
And he's one of those that he is able to adapt when the world is changing. And that's something that we can learn from because how many of us are afraid to try something new or trying to this new technology from, I mean, look at my parents from flip phones to smartphones. I mean, my dad still got a flip phone, and I'm trying to persuade him. Like the other day, he asked me, "How do you put music in his car?" I said, "Dad, use a smartphone." I said porqueria, and stuff like that. So I was like, "Oh, I know, I forgot who I'm talking to." But
Hmm.
anyways, you
It's all
know,
right. My dad upgraded to a USB drive that connects to his
oh
car.
my God.
All right.
That's like,
So
remember back then we had Walkmans, we had to get the cassette adapter. And you had to
that's
get a CD
exactly what
player
it is.
that prevented it from skipping the CD,
Yeah.
right? It got that shock
Yep.
anti-shock thing. Yeah. Oh my God. Bringing back memories. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's move on to another one that we need to talk about. And it's no other than this one, the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Jay Uso. This look, I got it next week. Titles on the line. I still don't think main event Jey Uso has what it takes to beat the Intercontinental Champion.
I agree. Not right now, at
Not
least.
now. Gunther has to be in the title hunt for the championship in order for him to lose that title. If not, he's not going to lose it, in my
Okay.
opinion.
No, I agree because that title is the workman's title right now, and he's not afraid to defend it against anybody. He's not running away like past superstars have, like the
Right.
Honky Tonk Man. He's out there and he will push his weight around if he has, so he doesn't care.
I like how
But
he is questioning him, like what makes him the next contender. You really gotta like sell yourself to him and to the audience, really WWE Universe. Why? It's almost like tryouts. Like, why do you want a shot? What's gonna take you to defeat Gunther?
Mhm.
I mean, I think he already established like it takes a lot of discipline, right? And a lot of a strong character to be able to demolish him. And I still don't look at Jey Uso as a solo competitor.
I'm starting to.
I didn't at first, but going forward, I mean, I've been kind of looking at him more and more. I mean, I was against it at the beginning. I'm like, man, this guy's always been a tag team, one or the other. But you know
I
what? I
mean,
think he's been able to prove himself pretty well as a singles competitor.
he needs more. He needs more solo competition and
Yeah.
get away from that gimmick with others like the New Day. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like that's a setback because he's always surrounding himself with a group. He needs to be solo. Go after for what you want or just be straight up heel. You know what I mean? It's like
Well,
I don't know. It's just weird. It's just
I mean, but we could say the same thing about Shawn Michaels. I mean, when he finally broke away from the Rockers as a tag team, he had to
Mhm.
change his gimmick. He had to change his look. He had to change his attitude. But yeah, he still associated himself with people and eventually got back into other factions. You see what I'm saying? So if it worked for Shawn Michaels,
But
why
Shawn
can't it?
Michaels was a leader, though.
Okay, he's a leader. He could be
How?
a leader.
He could, but he's not.
I think he was always the leader when he was at the Usos. You know, it wasn't his brother. It was him.
True. It just,
Right?
I don't know.
It's,
It
I
just,
think just
we
got to
need to
build it
see
up a little bit more.
more. Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to see more Jey Uso to be convincing enough
yeah.
that not only can he be a champion, but to be an actual solo. Like when I see him, I can always see him as when is he going back to the bloodline and have that rivalry? Like I want to see him versus his brother. Where's that going to lead to? I think we need that so he could be separated from himself. We saw a little bit of glimpse at the Royal Rumble, but we really didn't see that physical matchup. But hey, more to follow on this as we get closer to his match. Becky Lynch, she seems to have be the center of attention once again. Is she still the face of the women's division? Okay, and the reason why is that lately she's been exposed on television everywhere you go. There's Becky Lynch more than watching Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. There's always Becky Lynch. And if you go on SmackDown, every commercial that you see that relates to Raw, there's Becky Lynch. So are we really going to see Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I think so. I think you are. I mean, again, it's just like you pointed out. Everywhere you go, you see Becky, 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 and then you see her in the background at times. So why not? I mean, it just makes sense, in my opinion, to have Becky and her square off at WrestleMania.
I mean, we don't have a face in the women's division right now on Raw. Rhea's the champion, but you can't say she's the face of the women's division.
She hasn't
We need
defended
that.
the title that much either.
So,
You know what I mean?
and
Like,
Bianca Belair, we haven't really been seeing much of her lately either.
right.
So,
That's another thing. Is like, and they
So
all
will we say
qualify for
Becky's
the
the face then?
elimination chamber. Yeah, I think so.
so
Unless
why
there's a
not?
surprising factor of Tiffany Stratton, but it's too early in the game for her. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I feel like that this match, I feel like it's too predictable to see that Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. I think these are the two faces, especially that the Elimination Chamber is in Australia. I think that the fan favorites, the top two superstars in the women's division, are these two females right now. I
Oh
think
yeah.
this is a book a match already, but she has to deserve that number one contention, and I think she's going to get it.
And the reason why I will agree with you, because Bianca's not going to win it, because then that means she'll have to go to Raw and stay on Raw. Montez is on SmackDown. It ain't going to work that way with her.
Nope.
Well, wait, there's more. Bobby Lashley already clinched his way
Yeah.
to the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
What if he wins the Elimination Chamber? He
No,
will have to go to Raw, and who's going to go Raw with him?
I get it.
The Street Profits. So it's
I
like,
get it.
I
That
get it.
doesn't mean that they're gonna go with him. That doesn't mean they're gonna go with him because remember the New Day at one point where you had Big E on Raw and you had the other two clowns on SmackDown.
Yeah, you're right. I got it.
Yeah.
But
So it doesn't
I think
always work like that.
that story could also move with Karrion Cross and AOP going to Raw too. So there's a debacle going on there, and anything could really happen, right? But they're all going to be in Australia come February 24th, and we'll be up and bright and early here in the United States watching it at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm loving it.
4
I'm
for
loving
me.
it. But hey, talking
What
about
day
the
is this?
Elimination Chamber, the last chance battle royal to qualify for the women's will be next week. And this Friday, we have two matches: Zelina Vega versus Naomi and Shotzi versus Tiffany Stratton. I got my money on Tiffany Stratton and Naomi. Both of them clinching their way to the Elimination Chamber.
I agree.
Yeah, reluctantly, I agree too. I would think maybe the Queen of Spades might hit it, but I think she's also had her chance too. So
Well, what I'm saying, the losers of both those matches are going to join the other three, right? And then the five superstars having a second chance. My money's on Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, and I
Remember,
think
Shayna Baszler won it, and she eliminated everybody. So we need someone like that in that ring.
yeah. I have a funny feeling it's going to come down to her and Zoe Starks.
mhm.
I
And
feel like there is no competition on the final five other than Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark.
yeah, to me, everybody's just
They're like,
jobbers. It seems
yeah,
like
they
it.
turned to jobbers. You know, I spoke highly of Shotzi Blackheart when she first came in 2019,
Hmm.
and I saw so much wonderful things that she could do. But lately is like her character and everything else is so lame, and she's like short or skinnier than everybody else. It's like I don't see her as a fighter anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, Selena Vega, she's I don't know,
That's
she's
another one. I think she's shorter than everybody. Was she 4'10", 4'11", or something? Like
sure.
now her shoes trying to make her feel tall, but I don't know. Um, she had her moment in Puerto Rico during WrestleMania Backlash, even though she lost. But I think that that was the end. She may end up going back to being a manager or
Manager.
something. Yeah, she was best at that. I
Yeah,
thought her and Andrade would get back together, but it's never too late. You never know what could happen. Moving on to a bigger story. Seth Rollins is siding with Cody Rhodes. I love this. And this is what I would love is the takeaway on this because we could learn how two people can hate each other so much, dislike each other, and yet they found a common ground that they could both relate.
It's very simple. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
But is it my?
Okay, they're
But are they
frenemies.
really enemies though? At this point, do you think they're enemies or frenemies? I don't think so.
I think they're allies.
Allies
Um,
compete against each other all the time.
right. I don't think they like each other much, but there's a common goal there. The common goal is to take down Roman Reigns, to take down the bloodline in a
Absolutely, I
fair
agree.
fight. And that's why when you listen to Seth Rollins' comments, is I kind of like the fact that he was like, "I could be your shield" or something to that
No,
to
no,
that
he did
extent.
say
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
He did
Right?
say that.
Okay.
Yep. Hmm.
I knew he said. I just wasn't sure of the wording, but he's like, "I could be your shield," and I like the fact where he brings up the shield. It kind of made you think for a minute. There is like, wait a minute, could the other third member finally show back up? But
Oh, I thought about the same way. Could
yeah,
Dean
Ambrose.
Ambrose will come back, but of course he's not. He's still in AEW.
Yeah.
Um,
He'll have to
and
come back as John Moxley. He can't
and
come back
Seth
mhm.
as Dean Ambrose.
and Seth Rollins, he's like the king of backstabbing, so he knows, what it was like because he did it to Roman Reigns. So I'm liking this. I mean, this is I'm going to put it like this. It's almost starting to convince me otherwise on whether Roman Reigns is going to lose that title or not at WrestleMania.
Roman Reigns has been shown that he could be defeated in
Hmm.
a one-on-one match. And it always seems that at the time or near that something was to happen. I mean, we could go back closely to the Royal Rumble when Randy Orton should have became a world champion. We
Hmm.
could go back to WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes should have been a world champion.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens should have been a world champion.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I
I
think
think
it
Jimmy
started
could
with
have been a
Kevin
world
Owens.
champion. Yes.
Who?
No, not
Oh,
sorry. Jay Uso could have been a world champion at one point against him. It wasn't a fair
no,
match. It
no,
wasn't a fair. I beg
no,
to differ.
because his brother came to his rescue at Hell in a Cell and
And
pleaded
so,
him. This
yeah.
is the start of
You
him
know what?
being
You're right.
acknowledged.
You're
I want to
absolutely right.
say it was the start with Kevin Owens.
I think
Uh,
so too with that false count anywhere.
right.
And Roman was handcuffed, and the referee took forever to count to 10.
Because of Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
Right. And
yeah,
ever since that time, you could count countless times where people will interfere and always be his way.
right.
And you get that once in a blue moon because he doesn't wrestle all the time. I got a feeling that the era of Roman Reigns being the champion is coming to an end, and it's going to end at WrestleMania 40.
You know, you asked me a question, and I never gave you an answer about that.
Will The Rock turn on Roman Reigns?
Correct. And I'm going to say this: the only way Roman Reigns is going to lose that belt at WrestleMania is if The Rock turns on him. I'm telling you that
Maybe
right now.
that was the plan all along.
Maybe so. Because The Rock has his ways, and we've seen his ways in the past. Okay, when he was with Nation of Domination, okay, he was playing the role like he was part of the group, but he was Intercontinental Champion, so that wasn't going to last too long.
Right.
And you know, it's the butting of heads and who's the real leader. And Farouk saw that, and of course had to try to oust him out because we're not going to have two alphas at this. And I think he still feels the same way with Roman Reigns, but if The Rock does not turn on Roman, Roman will return that title. Roman will. No
Well,
matter
Renee
how much help
Diaz,
he gets.
thank you for your support here on the HHW Show podcast. But she says The Rock will not turn on Roman. Why not? Honestly, why would he not? Okay. If not, then would Roman Reigns do it to The Rock?
No, why would
Something
The Rock
has
do
to
that?
jive with each other because how everything ended at WrestleMania kickoff show. Okay. Check this out. It was The Rock that took the leadership and led them out the door. And who was standing on his right side? It was Roman Reigns. Okay. Who confronted Triple H? The Rock. Okay. And we're going to see that this Friday on SmackDown. Pay attention to who is standing on the right side. That's all I'm going to say right now. And if you pay attention to that, you'll definitely know, okay, that something bigger is going to happen.
I got to see a little more. They got to convince me a little bit more to make me believe and change my thought otherwise. But right now, I think Roman Reigns is still going to retain that title, and his longevity is going to go on. The Rock sees it that his younger cousin is doing something that nobody else in the family has done ever. Not even The Rock has done this.
Mm-hmm.
So why screw him over on something that is being successful with the Samoan dynasty right now?
Because
Why
everything is
wouldn't screw
done
him?
out of respect. Can
Well,
Roman Reigns, has Roman Reigns done things out of respect, or did he do things to how you say this? Overpower him to being number one. He's bent a lot of rules to be where he's at.
okay.
Another
How many?
message from Renee. She says they are family. Look at what happened in the kickoff show. Cody insulted the family, and The Rock stood next to him.
Mm,
Well, let's put it that
no,
way. Roman insulted Cody first, talking
that
about
was
his father.
the insult. Cody did not
Right.
insult his family.
No.
He just specifically mentioned that his grandfather would be disappointed. That's not a disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You see what I'm saying?
not,
They
but
took it that way.
but right, it depends on how you take it. I mean, they took that as a disrespect.
But
So
they,
in the
but
Rock side, it was
that's on their fault.
disrespectful.
That's their fault. They feeling guilty because they're the ones that put Dusty Rhodes' name in their mouth first.
Mm.
True, true.
But Cody did it in a way that it was not disrespectful. But hey, you know what? If The Rock was going to get upset about it, then I see where The Rock stands in all this. And for him, The Rock is gonna have to convince me that he's gonna turn on Roman, because right now he's not showing me any kind of convincing that he's going to turn on
I don't
Roman
think he
Reigns.
will. I mean, it's like Renee said, they're family. Family doesn't really have to turn on each other when you, especially when you look.
Oh,
I
here we
know,
go.
I know,
We
I
just
know what's
saw
coming.
Jay and Jimmy. So you
Yes,
don't,
yes,
and
I know.
they were brothers. So you don't think
Yes.
cousins are going to go after each other? Shit, I could go
Oh, they
talk about my
can.
family. You see how my
They
cousins
can.
were used to fight each other. Come on
They
now.
can. They
No,
can.
Yes,
They can.
and
They
they
can.
will.
I don't think they will. I think if it's
I
gonna
need more
happen, it'll be
convincing.
Roman on the Rock.
I
I
need
All
more
don't
right.
think the
convincing.
Rock would do it.
So listen, Seth Rollins said that, and he asked Cody Rhodes, "Do you have a plan B?" And he did say, and I'll repeat what you said to remind us that he could be the Shield, but it's not going to just take Seth Rollins. There's going to be more superstars involved because you have to deal with Solo Sikoa, you have to deal with Paul Heyman, you have to deal with Jimmy, and who knows who else could surprise us. They need another plan. They need a bigger plan. And the two of them cannot handle all that chaos that's going to happen at WrestleMania. But here's another part. And I just hope that this doesn't turn into a Daniel Bryan WrestleMania moment. Okay. And what I mean by that, you remember how Daniel Bryan had to fight Triple H at the opening of WrestleMania? He won his battle and then he went all the way to the end in a triple threat match versus Randy Orton and Batista, won the world championship, celebrated the yes movement and everything else. But here we have a match between the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Don't you think this is a setup for Cody Rhodes to get injured in this match?
Oh my goodness, I thought the same thing. I really hope not,
I hope not
but
either.
it is a setup to have a match that big. I mean, I was actually thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, dude, why? Why have this match? What happens if he gets hurt? So I don't know, but I don't think this match should happen, in my opinion.
I don't think so either. But this could also be an opener for Sami Zayn to get his momentum up, and maybe we might have Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre in a WrestleMania match.
Oh, no, I wouldn't even tune in for that match. No, no,
I mean, look, I mean, it
no,
makes a lot of sense. You got
no.
2 nights, you got to fill up the cards. I'm just saying.
Mm-mm. No.
I
That
don't know what
that
to tell you.
that is not a WrestleMania moment match. No, no, mm-mm.
Between Sami Zayn and
No,
Drew McIntyre, that's
no,
a
no.
mid card match.
Not even for the
No, dude,
starter.
listen.
Not even a
Your
pre-match.
WrestleMania matches have to be freaking main event matches.
No,
Okay, I mean, you're talking about the grandest stage of them all. There is
Yeah,
no
you're
freaking
right.
mid card match. It's your
So
mid cards. Your
what you
mid
trying to
cards are
say?
your premium event main events.
You're saying Drew McIntyre is going to win the Elimination Chamber?
who else right
No,
now do you think is going to be the favorite to win that and go after Seth Rollins? Honestly, right now,
Randy Orton could be a free agent and crossover.
I'm getting tired. No, see, no, what this whole crossing over thing is getting out of control right now because
Why? It's
it,
available. Do you think?
no, this is getting too out of control because we're already seeing it with the qualifying matches: Raw versus SmackDown, SmackDown versus Raw. Everybody to qualify. Why can't everybody just stay on their own brand and
Would you
qualify?
ask the question?
That just
Other
makes
than
no
Drew
sense.
McIntyre, Randy Orton, he is involved. But we'll get to that. Don't worry. Hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right. But are you saying that maybe we should get these two at WrestleMania? But
To
we
me,
already seen that already.
I hope not.
okay, and we already seen Cody versus Roman Reigns. And what's your point?
So what's your point? You asked me a question.
This is going to wind up happening
So
here
you don't
because
think Randy Orton and Seth Rollins will make a main event? Wouldn't that be a main event match?
it
Why
would
not Randy
be
Orton and Seth Rollins?
I just said that, bro. Where have you been?
because
Seriously?
look, because my thing is if they take the title off of Roman Reigns just for argument's sake and put it on Cody Rhodes, now Cody got to go to SmackDown. Who would think is going to go after him then? It's going to be Roman Reigns again? No, it'd probably be Randy Orton. who wants to go after him? Probably.
No, I think Solo Sikoa probably be the one that's trying to
No,
avenge Roman Reigns' loss, and then they go at it. That
no,
makes
that
a
won't.
logical sense right there.
No, you need somebody bigger than
I
Solo to
have
go
to
after
agree.
Cody
I have
Rhodes.
to agree with Ovi. I mean,
How
one
you
of the
gonna
few
be
times
someone
that
bigger? You're talking about a guy that defeated John Cena, and yeah, he's on a losing streak. But what if that he's next in line? Solo Sikoa will be the one that will go ahead and chase Cody Rhodes.
No.
Or,
Mm-mm.
or we got some fresh breed coming up.
Then
I
why
mean,
bring
there's an
Braun
indicator.
Breaker.
No, but look, Braun Breaker made his appearance, and what was Paul Heyman doing? Checking
Hey,
him out. Just saying, checking him out. All right. But hey, more to it. We already talked about Jey Uso and the ring general Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. We're all agreed that Gunther will win this match coming up on Monday Night Raw. There's a 8-man tag going on. R-Truth, The Miz, and DIY versus the Judgment Day. I feel like this is going not so well for R-Truth once again. I think the Judgment Day, which again, this is happening on Raw, and just before they head down to Australia, Judgment Day has to come out winning to be on top and getting ready for the premium event. What do you guys say? What do you guys think about this?
I see it. I see that happening. I agree.
I agree.
I think Judgment Day needs this more. They will get it more. But see, we also forgetting the X factor right there. That money in the bank. We keep talking about who should be going after who and who should be winning titles, but we keep forgetting about this guy who has that briefcase.
I do know that he is not prioritizing the money in the bank because one, they already mentioned that Seth Rollins is not clear to wrestle. He is waiting for WrestleMania. That's not going to happen. And the fact that as long as Roman Reigns has the title, he is not going to cash in on Roman Reigns because how protected he is. And he understands that cashing in is going to be a big mistake. So he's just waiting, and he has till July 1st to cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase. Excuse me. So that
Yeah,
answers that right there.
he's running
All
out of
right.
time.
I love this picture. I'm gonna do a close up real quick. You see anybody different in this picture?
I see the blue belt.
That's all you see.
Yeah, I just see the blue. I just see the universal title there.
That's all you see. Come on now.
I mean, I guess that's all I really want to see.
That's all you want to see.
I should have bet over under on this show. I- over under a half. How many times we're going to see this
Oh.
girl?
So, Frank, please enlighten us. Who do you see? Oh, I don't even hear his voice. He's out of mic. His mic ain't working. He is speechless right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I'll wait till you fix your mic over there, buddy. All right. What is her name anyway?
How about now? You got me now?
Oh, I got you now. All right,
I'm sorry.
Verizon.
That's Charlotte Flair.
That's
Or if you want, you can be Sasha Banks.
You don't know her name and you put her in there?
I don't know who that is. I don't know.
Oh,
I
my.
thought I saw her so many times at on the Super Bowl. I thought she was playing. Taylor Swift was playing tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's playing tight end, all right.
Well, you know what? She was drinking them drinks. I mean, how many times was displayed on during the Super Bowl? I mean, it's like you're killing me.
At
You're
least
killing
10
me.
times.
And now there was a meme that because she went number one, they had to post that on social media. So I thought it was hilarious. I will be surprised if they show up and she's there in the front row. That'll be pretty awesome. My question here, moving on. Tiffany Stratton or Liv Morgan? All right. We're going to start doing segments like this from now on every week. We're going to post variety of the female superstars. So looking in very closely, and I know Frank, this is Frank's favorite subject, favorite
Oh,
topic.
yes. Oh yes.
Tiffany Stratton or Liv Morgan? Who do you choose?
Oh,
I
Liv
choose.
Morgan. Liv Morgan all the way.
I don't know. I'm
I
sorry.
take Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan looks like she belongs on a freaking pole, just going around in circles, and I just can't help that but get that thought out of my mind. That's the thought
I,
I've had of Liv Morgan for like the past year and a half. You
I'm
know, don't get me
sorry,
wrong. Tiffany
Frank.
Stratton,
No,
Tiffany Stratton could look
I
pretty well on
disagree.
that pole too.
I
But
disagree, Frank.
I
She
got,
Tiffany
yeah.
Stratton needs to be on the cover of Funnel Cake magazine, baby.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Did this go a direction that you weren't expecting, or did you expect this
No,
direction?
I
I mean,
mean, listen, I kept this
what do you
under
expect?
wraps because I know if we would talk about it in the pre-show, right, all your comments would be wasted. So, by all means, you go right ahead with your
Man,
best self.
look at that colorful Ferris wheel behind, boy.
Ooh wee!
Oh
All
yeah,
right,
I mean,
let's see, let's see. Hold on. How about now? Do you change your mind, or you still keeping your
I'm not.
pick?
I'm I'm keeping my pick, baby. That's just smack me. That's what it's saying. Just smack here. Has that bullseye. Just go. The other one you just want to pull by the hair and just you know keep it PG.
Oh,
I just let you
really?
use your thoughts.
Oh man!
I'm
All
over here
right.
looking on Amazon to see how much some stairs cost.
Anyhow, that is a wonderful topic. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I needed this entertainment, so to speak.
Ah.
Um, both of them are lovely. Both of them will most likely be in the elimination chamber. Liv Morgan already clinched her way in. Will she fulfill her revenge story? Who knows? But she still got to deal with Becky Lynch in that ring. But Tiffany Stratton will have a qualifying match this Friday. It will be awesome to see these two superstars in the same ring. All right,
Are they
big
having a
news this
bikini
week.
test?
Sonya Deville and Tony Casano were married. Both of them had their white gowns and all that good stuff. So they made that official. The question is, when will Sonya Deville return? It's still unknown. She didn't appear at the Royal Rumble, but it'll be cool to see her back. And these got to be the two hottest beauties here as a couple in the WWE, to be honest with you. But congratulations to them. All right, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes official for the main event of WrestleMania. The question is, who is going to be Seth Rollins' opponent? Um, and to continue on, I got this picture up with The Rock slapping Cody Rhodes. It reminded me of the Oscars, if I'm not mistaken, where Will Smith went on stage and smacked the comedian Chris Rock.
Yeah,
So
kind of.
they stole that playbook over there.
Yeah. You know what? You're absolutely right.
But
He.
I just want to clarify this real quick before we move on, because I know we harped on it so much. Remind you at the very beginning, The Rock did say in day one, after day one at Monday Night Raw, for the seat at the table, okay, to lead into where Cody Rhodes talked to his counsel. He received counsel from his family, friends, and one specific dude, and that was The Rock. Okay. For this to happen, I just cannot let that be to where how The Rock got to that picture right there. I'm going to support my theory that this is a setup. I'm just saying, leading in for The Rock and Roman Reigns and have more meaning for them to go after each other for probably the next WrestleMania or maybe the next SummerSlam. Who knows? But I'm just going to throw that out there. Just think about marinate it for a while and we'll come back to it. But the Elimination Chamber, who will face Seth Rollins? And we got 2 matches this Friday. Kevin Owens. I believe Kevin Owens is who's he facing? Dominic Mysterio, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Logan Paul, the United States champion, versus The Miz. All said and done. Who is your number one man going after Seth Rollins?
The Rock. I'm sorry, Randy Orton.
Wow.
I said Randy Orton. Sorry, I just
He's still on that Liv Morgan high.
Oh man, you stole my thunder on that one. Oh, that's a rock. Yep, I understand.
Now I got Drew McIntyre.
Everything's fitting to be Drew McIntyre for the fact that he had not only did he headbutt Seth Rollins, but he's trying everything he could possibly do to go after that world title. And as much as that it's unfair, I know you asked me and I said and I blurted out about Randy Orton, but before all this and I was putting all this together, let me ask you this. Why not LA Knight? LA Knight got the biggest pop out of everybody in that screen right there. Why not LA Knight? This guy surpassed Roman Reigns in selling merchandises. This guy's the most talked about on social media as well. Minus, The Rock. The Rock does lead that category right there. But LA Knight has outshined all these superstars, even outside the ring. Why not LA Knight now?
I don't think he's ready. I don't think so. I think he's more a mid-card champion. I think he should go after the US title first. Establish himself as a mid-card champion for a while. I think he can do a good I think he have a good pop with that US title around his waist for a little while before even going after the heavyweight title.
So you think that maybe a big story will develop inside the Elimination Chamber between LA Knight and Logan Paul?
Yeah, I think that could
possibly
big time. Yeah. And why not Kevin Owens assist him in winning that title just to get under his skin?
I love it. I love it. I don't pick the Miz to win. Logan Paul's going to win. I got that. I also have Kevin Owens winning for those 2 final spots for the Elimination Chamber.
Okay, well, real quick, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the opposite. Only if Kevin Owens' match is first, then I can see Dominic winning. But if Logan Paul's match is first, then I see Kevin Owens winning his match. Only because of the outside interference.
Do you think so? Wait a minute, outside interference for Dominic Mysterio?
Well, yeah, that Logan Paul will help him win by distracting Kevin Owens. And then in return, Kevin doing the same thing, knocking him out of the elimination, giving the Miz the other spot. But I'm just saying. But if Logan Paul goes first, I don't see Kevin Owens interfering, and Logan Paul beating, winning his match fair and square against the Miz.
So I got a question here from Renee Diaz. She says, "Why not Logan Paul?" Are you asking if Logan Paul to win the Elimination Chamber? Because if that's the case, first and foremost, I have never seen a person holding a title winning to go for a world title. That's never done in history in the WWE. I have seen, matter of fact, it was the last Elimination Chamber that the United States title was defended by Austin Theory, and he ended up winning. But as far as a champion winning the Elimination Chamber to go after a world title, it has never happened in history. There's always the first, but it's just not going to happen with Logan Paul. This doesn't fit for Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins because we already seen that already. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Frank?
I don't think so. I don't really think Logan Paul.
And the storyline doesn't even fit for him to go after Seth Rollins anyway. Let him know him trying to win. I think he'll have his moment. I could see Logan Paul probably climbing on the very top and then jump on everybody to make that Elimination Chamber moment. but that's as far as he goes. And matter of fact, I hope that he misses, and then somebody prime his ass all the way back for elimination, him and his drink. But yeah, these are the two matches going on: Logan Paul versus The Miz, and Kevin Owens versus Dominic Mysterio. Look at this picture. Imagine back in the Attitude Era. Um, would this would have been the thing?
Wow. That is a wild bloodline right there.
Wow.
Oh, yes, yes, probably the most deadly bloodline ever. Yeah, I like that picture. Got it. I love to it. Or should I say, I love X. X, man. I got to see all kinds of pics. Roman Reigns and The Rock returns this Friday. And my biggest concern, well, not concern, I'm just anticipating Triple H also being on SmackDown. He made it known, and these are the words that he used. And he said, I don't care where you sit. The answers come from one place and one place only. And right now, you are looking at him. Now, that is the picture from Sports Kita, and that's Triple H. All credit goes to the WWE. But this happened on SmackDown, and this is a message stronger than even if Vince McMahon was in charge, right? Triple H is like, this is the deal, all right? And if you look at this picture, it's almost like he had his left and right hand man, supporting him, and he's made it known that what he said goes, okay? And it's just like in the military, right? You have your chain of command. And if Triple H delegated his authority for them to be general managers and they say this is going to happen, it's just like Triple H is saying that's going to happen. But I can't wait to see what more could happen. What does Triple H have that he could like go after The Rock? Because I don't see Triple H wrestling, especially his health condition. I don't think he could wrestle anymore. But I just can't wait for something bigger to happen. But anyways, Elimination Chamber. These are the official matches so far, and that is Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight Championship. Excuse me, this is a singles match. Then you have your Women's Elimination Chamber. Then you have your men's. We got two more spots waiting for that to happen. Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and L.A. Knight. Who are the other two? And I love the time. 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, 2 o'clock in the morning Pacific. If you're living in Europe, you're having an early lunch watching the Elimination Chamber. Crazy. And the undisputed tag team titles will be on the line. Fabulous right there, because next week we're definitely going to make our predictions on each match card. And that's about it, man. That's about it. So I'm saving the rest for next week when I make my predictions. Could those belts be on the line? Could they be, could we see new champions at the Elimination Chamber? Anything can happen in Australia, man.
Yeah.
There's got to be a hero to win. But one person that I'm disappointed in, and that is Bronson Reed. I was hoping that he will win his match and be able to wrestle in Australia.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a special appearance by Crocodile Dundee.
Nearly, dude.
Good day, mate.
Well, maybe. Or who's that guy that used to have a show that passed away? Maybe his daughter would show up.
Oh, yeah. Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, the crocodile man.
That would be pretty good. Anybody else? Anybody else from Australia? I mean, there's got to be actors and stuff like that from Australia.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there is. What's that one group?
I don't know. Let me look it up. Australian actors. Let me see. Hugh Jackman, the Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth. He's playing the role of Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, those of you that know, he is the guy from Avengers. What's his name?
Yeah,
Thor.
yeah, Thor.
Yeah, Thor. Who else is over there? I don't know anybody else. I don't really watch that much movies. Liam Hemsworth. Oh, are they related?
Yeah, they're brothers.
Oh, I
Maybe.
didn't even
Oh,
know. I didn't even know. All right.
G. Same
Who's
last
G?
name? I didn't
Who's
say.
G?
Oh, I don't know. You
Yeah.
know him, man. He be saying some gibberish stuff. Mel Gibson's Australian.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, wow.
As a matter of fact, yes. Oh, now do I expect him there? Absolutely not. Come on now. I think there's a lot of haterades on that guy. Um, but he was born in New York, though. However, yep. But he has family in Australia. Oh, that's nice to know. I didn't even know. That's good. That's good. That's good. But other than that, I don't know, man. There's got to be something big, something popping in Australia. But I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna set up my alarm. I know it's Friday night. I'll be bowling and stuff. Get my drink on, but I might have to limit myself with some lemonade or something. You know what? I just don't want to see it a rerun because people are already going to be talking about it. You know what
That's
I
why you
mean?
stay
So
off of
I don't,
social media.
huh?
Stay off of social
No.
media.
Mm. And then and then if I watch a rerun, I may want to forward it. You know what I mean? Like, no, I need that vibe. And besides, if my kids could wake me up early in the morning, I could wake them up even earlier now.
Mm.
Payback. I know that's
Damn.
later.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's good. It's a great show. Thanks, guys. So much to talk about. But the biggest takeaway I want to say is this is that, and going back to Seth Rollins, we mentioned very briefly about you said enemy is my friend and stuff like that, but not necessarily. I think there's a mutual respect between one another, and it all started at Survivor Series when Cody Rhodes manned up and went up to Seth Rollins asking for that favor for one day. For one day. And I think after that, I think things started to change. And people do change. People do change. And I could relate to it myself. I had a couple of confrontations with people. And ever since there's always a battle, we always come together. And sometimes you need that. You need that friction, right? And because that friction could go either two ways, stay enemies or be as best friends. And be honest with you, I think after this whole thing is over, you'll see a better bond between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And we won't be saying my enemy is my enemy. You'll be saying this is my true ally. And with a lot of respect, rather they go battle against each other later on down the road, but they both men will have definitely that respect to one another. And that is the key. And sometimes people lose focus on the word respect. And that is my takeaway today. Thank you for joining me and Hector and Frank on the HHW Show podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, but you can have all that information on hhwshow.com. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Until next week, take care.